俺はピルロ。黒蛇って盗賊団の一員だ。ま、よろしくな。やれやれ。
Yo, what's good? Lad here, back for another traveler, Pirro. He's a dark thief of the Opulence faction and hailing from the memoirs of Celestia. He is the better thief counterpart to Throné. His skills are all about dealing damage, and he gets a potential double cast with his passives. Let's go ahead and check him out. If you haven't realized already, he is voiced by our very own Richard. Takamasi Mogi is the VA behind Kurtz, Julio, and of course Richard in COTC. From a righteous top-tier warrior to a shady assassin, Richard does it all. Let's go ahead and head over to his notable damaging skills. His first ability is an SP cost of 94. He goes first, and he deals a 3-hit AoE dagger damage attack, potency 55, and it raises his speed and crit by 15% for 2 turns. His second attack is an SP cost of 57. It's a 1-hit single target dagger damage attack that also hits Dark, potency at 230, and it lowers the enemy's physical and elemental attack by 20% for 2 turns. His third attack is an SP cost of 68. It's a 5-hit single target dagger damage attack, potency 35. And this attack gets a 20% potency up if he has more than 6 buffs or debuffs on him. And at 6 stars, this also hits Dark weakness as well. His TP skill is a SP cost of 300. It's a 1-hit single target dagger damage attack, potency of 530. His EX skill you can use after his ultimate and has 2 usages. It's a 1-hit single target damage attack that also hits Dark, potency of 230. And it lowers both physical and elemental attack and defense by 15% for 2 turns. His ultimate, a level 1 to level 10, is a 6-hit single target dagger damage attack that also hits Dark, potency of 65 at level 1 and 80 at level 10. He gets a 50% potency up if he has more than 8 debuffs or buffs on him. For his notable support skills, this first one is SP cost of 22. It's a self-physical attack and dagger up for 15% for 2 turns. The second support skill is a 39 SP cost. He gives himself a 50 SP restore and inflicts poison onto himself, and then self-double cast for 2 turns. Now for his passive, his first one, he gives himself a physical attack, crit, and dagger damage up for 15%, and then he also gives himself a 15% speed down. The second passive is a 50% chance to reactivate his skills for 1 turn, and then for his third passive, which is a 6-star awakening, he gives himself a 15% attack up. He has a 10% in dark resistance and 20 in light. Looking at his stats are similar to Throné. At level 100, his physical attack stat is way above Throné's and gets up to 509 at level 120. This will allow him to deal massive damage, as his other damaging skills also have crazy potencies. His speed is on the lower side compared to other thieves, and additionally will get even lower as his passive also gives him a permanent 15% speed down as well, so watch out for that. Now moving away from that, the main question. Should you pull? He is the better Throné. Everything that Throné does, he does better with the exception of being able to inflict the missed physical attack debuff. If his passive procs every time, which again is a 50% chance, it allows him to double cast his abilities. He can shave up to 10 shields at any time. His support skill that poison him does give him a guaranteed double cast up to a certain amount of times, but you're better off hoping that his 50% passive skill activates. His TP skill is a whopping 530 potency that gets boosted up to 900. We've seen the skill before of travelers like Edelgard that know that any high potency ability comes with a high SP consumption, which is its major downfall. Overall, if you didn't get Throné, Pirro is the better thief. But while he's better than Throné, he is still miles away from the upcoming overpowered thieves. Which then leads me to the next point, longevity. I can still see him being used up until everyone gets their hands on the upcoming stronger thieves, but Bargello, who was released a while back, can still give him a run for his money when it comes to dealing nuke attacks. So because of this, if you're free to play, I would continue to keep saving your rubies until the strongest of the strongest thieves come out. Let's go ahead and finish up. Character design 4 out of 5. I don't know what it is, but characters with Pirro's hairstyle and any characters that have that ring around their head are always the bad guys, whether in anime or in video games. It must be the bad guy haircut. His VA 4 out of 5. I haven't seen much of his work outside of COTC, but I'm sure all of us enjoy him as Richard, as Richard is still one of the best sword supports in the game. Abilities 3.25. His passive gives a 50% chance to reactivate his abilities, and we've seen how good that can be with travelers like EX Hanet for a 50% chance to dodge. It definitely does happen more often than you think. Longevity 3.25 out of 5. He has about the same shelf life as Throné. Great now, but gets power cropped. Level buff 0 out of 5. He didn't get any. Time limited, yes, he's part of the memoirs of Celestia. Overall impression, 3.25, better Throné. I do like his double cast potential, but me having both Canary and Bargello makes me want to skip. Again, he's good, but just not game breaking good. With that said, I'll probably do a few pulls to see he wants to come home, as I didn't get Throné, but if not, no biggie. Anyways, well that was it for Pirro. Let me know if you'll be pulling for him. I'll catch you next time. flat out.